All right, so if you're like me and you've got air tools packed into your service cart for whatever reason and you're out of space, I'm about to show you how to take that service cart and store them air tools in an area that you never thought of using scrap materials that I got laying around the house. Let's go. This thing is a mess. This is a bodywork cart. No room in there for air tools. 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 No room in here for air tools. This normally stays full of just scuff pads. So they get thrown all up here in the top, off to the side, and all that nonsense. All right, so getting started on this project, I'm going to lay out the pieces I need. Now, if you watch this to the end, you're going to understand exactly how everything goes. So please just bear with me, and I'm going to take you through the steps. So for the pieces that we need, we're going to need a bar. Now, this bar can be aluminum or steel. I had this scrap piece laying around that was aluminum, so that's what I chose to use. It's easier to drill, it's lightweight, it's easier to work with, and I already had it. I'm pretty sure it was 2 inches wide, but when you see at the end of this video where it goes, you'll know exactly what you need to measure, but I'm 99% sure off of memory at the time of building this that it was 2 inches wide. The length of it is going to be as long as the handle to the brackets, and again, just stay tuned and you're going to see exactly where it goes and you'll know exactly what to measure. Now, as far as the fittings go, I ordered them off Amazon and eBay, and I'm going to explain more about them here in just a moment. Getting started on the bar, all right, we're going to lay out our measurements of exactly where we need to drill the holes. Now, mine's already cut to length, so you'll need to cut your bar to the length that you need for the area that you're putting it in, and again, stay till the end and you'll see exactly where this is going to go. So I'm setting back my ends. I think this was 1 inch setback on mine because the mounting tabs that I'm mounting this on this service cart handle, I believe they were 1 inch wide. So now we have established the area that I can fit in my air fittings. Basically now I can figure out how many I can fit in and how far I want them spaced apart. So I know I want them centered on this bar. So I'm going to mark the center. This was a 2 inch bar again, and it's going to be 1 inch on both sides. And I'm going to draw a straight line all the way through the bar. This is going to give me a line that I'm going to drill the holes to hang the air fittings off of. Now at this time you can take your measurement and see how far you have between the area that you have to work with, and then you can decide the spacing for yourself. I went with 2 inches. So I'm making a mark every 2 inches, and that's going to give me more than enough tool hangers for what I want to use this for. We're going to throw this thing in the vise, and I'm going to just drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole at every mark where I just made. Now you may just want to start out with the correct size bit that you're going to need for your hardware. I like to put a 1/8 inch pilot hole so that it's more precise when I'm drilling. Now I'm going to take my hardware that I have, and these are just scrap hardwares, and I'm going to use this little chart to figure out the exact hole size that I need. Again, you don't have to have all this stuff, it's just these little charts are handy when you're trying to drill an exact hole. Now we're going to drill the hole for the size of the bolt that I am using. Now, your bolt might be different depending on the size of air hose that you're using. So all you need is some bolts or screws that will fit inside of your air hose and clamp down tight. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment. I'm using this scrap air hose because I'm not trying to spend money on this project. So pretty much everything is just what I had laying around minus the fittings, which I got off Amazon or eBay. Even them bolts in that little red tray, they're Phillips head bolts that I got from something left over, and I just chose to go with them because they would clamp down into hose. Now we're using a ear stepless hose clamp kit. That's what this is right here to attach these lines. You can search for that on eBay. Again, I already had this kit, so if you want to use traditional hose clamps that you use with a screwdriver, have at it. I would have loved to do that, but I did not want to spend money, and we had this kit left over from when we used these fittings on the race car previously on the channel a couple of years ago. So I'm not trying to spend a lot and just keep this on a budget. Now, this hose that I'm using is a little old, so I kind of had to cram it into these stepless clamp things here. And then we're just going to work it onto our barb fitting. Now, our barb fitting, when we attach our barb fitting to our female air coupler chuck there, you don't need Teflon tape or anything like that because this is not actually going to hold air. So I'm just giving it a tug test to make sure it's not going to come off the barb fittings, and then we're going to assemble all of them. I didn't even tighten down my fittings with the wrench. I literally just hand tightened all of them down. This would be a perfect time where if you have multiple female air couplings that are wore out, to just go ahead and replace them. Put your brand new ones you just ordered on all of your hoses that you have in your shop, and use your old ones to build this project with. Make sure when you're ordering your air coupling that your barb fitting also matches. It needs to be the same NPT thread that goes into the air coupling, and then the barb part needs to be the correct size that goes into the hose. These are the bolts that I used. Again, they're just some I had left laying around. We're going to stick the bolt down through this bar, all right, and then we're going to clamp down a hose clamp on the other side. So now each hose has 2 hose clamps, 1 bolt, 1 barb fitting, and 1 female air coupling chuck thing. We're going to go through and attach all of them, and then that is going to basically wrap up our assembly, and I'm going to show you how it's installed, and then you're going to completely understand. All right, so now that we have our piece built, let me show you where we're going to put it at on our tool cart. This is the tool cart I built it for. This thing is a mess, so that's what we want to get them out of here and get them where they're not laying heavy weight on top of stuff. So we're going to take our piece, and we're going to come right here. Done, baby. So you can take a drill now and drill through this, and you can bolt it to this if you want. But I can go ahead and tell you that I actually tested this for 2 weeks before releasing this video to make sure that this modification was good to go and that I wasn't turning out junk, because I never want to turn out junk. Now all we have to do is hook our tools up. So now I hope that you see how these go on, and now you understand the measurements you need to get of the overall length of the bar. You understand the distance between the 2 mounts on your handle, and then that way if you have a different brand cart, you're not going off my measurements, and I've showed you exactly how to build this, and you can go out and measure your own cart. And there you go, just like that. They're nice and organized and hanging. We still got 3 more spots. These all need fittings put on them. I bought these off of an auction and threw them into the side and haven't put fittings on them yet. But I will go back and put the fittings on them now, because we can store 3 more of these hanging off the side of hanging off the side of our cart. So that definitely frees up the space. If you want to make your hoses just a little bit shorter, you really probably only need like 3 inches, and that would be fine. I made mine a little long. It definitely helps with being able to take them and swing them out like this and unplug them, you know, if they're a little longer, but they're going to get in the way of your side cart. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. They're going to get in the way of your fluid cart down there if you make them as long as I did. Yep, that works perfect. But you can always take your tray, and this will bolt down here onto the bottom. You can move your fluids down, or you can put them on the bottom of that side over there. Whatever needs to happen for you in your situation. My situation, this will be okay for now. We've even got extra dollies in there and everything. But I think this is an excellent way to make more use of your tool cart if you need the space. Now, if you don't want to put it on this side, then what you could do is basically, instead of using that plate, you can come over here and you could actually drill holes in the bottom of your side table support if you wanted to, and then do exact same thing. Hang hoses off, and then they can hang even farther out here, or you could do them literally off the end of this and hang them way out here if that was kind of your thing. You really got unlimited possibilities of what you want to do. You could also bolt it back here and then use a 90-degree fit, and so they kind of hang more in the back. I mean, really, it's unlimited as long as you got somewhere to bolt the hoses. So let me know in the comment section, what did you think about this modification? Is this going to help you in your tool cart? And if you want, post a picture up of your modded box for me in the community section here on YouTube. Share it with us. I'd love to see your ideas. And if you give me an idea I haven't done, maybe I'll feature your idea in an upcoming video. Thanks, y'all.